Yo, 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 yo. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloweeny. What's going on, everybody? Happy Halloween. Hopefully, everyone's having a great Thursday. We've got a luxurious matchup tonight of just two of the best teams in the National Football League, right? Everyone is so excited to watch the Jets versus the Texans. Now, actually, it could be pretty interesting. So I'm not going to completely shit on the game, right? Anything's better than watching the Dolphins. Was hoping you'd be wearing a costume. I am wearing a costume. The costume of a loser because I'm a Dolphins fan. I'm a fucking loser. That's what I am. A clown. That's what I am, bro. I wanted to wear a costume, but honestly, I don't have another costume. I could have just put on the same costume I wore on Thursday. I have a Forrest Gump hat. I could have been Forrest Gump. Yeah. Jimmy, thank you for the super chat. What defense should you start? The Colts, the Rams, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, or the Cowboys? Great question. Puka Nacua left practice early because of a knee injury. Of course. That's fucking awesome, guys, right? Hip, hip, hooray. Yay. All right. All right. Colts, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks, Cowboys. Colts, I got them ranked pretty low, so definitely not the Colts. The Rams up against Seattle. They're all right. We got the Cardinals against the Bears. Seattle against the Rams and the Cowboys. Gun to the head. I think I'm going to go with the Rams, hoping that the Rams can pick off Geno and hoping that they finish halfway decently. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like the Rams are the best defense on earth because if you think that, that's a straight up lie. But I would go with the LA Rams if I had to play any of them. We're going with the Rams up against the Seahawks. You got the same costume? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hit that like button and give Nick the Gawk Gawk special. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for the super chat again, Jimmy. I'm going with the Rams. Darnold or Stafford rest of season. Gun to the head. I'm probably gonna go Stafford. Nope, I'm gonna go Darnold. Just because I just feel a little bit more confident in Darnold's play. Like Darnold has looked better for this season. Almost lost because I started Burrow over Baker. Neighbors saved me by 3 points. You know what? It's okay. You still won. I have Hall and going against Hall in a couple of leagues. Best of luck. You don't need him to do too good then. Yo, Nick, bench one. Devontae, Adams, Olave, or Dell. I'm going to bench Dell. Lieutenant Diana. Yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord. Link in the chat. I don't know if I can do this from here. Oh, I can't. Spock, do you have the ability to pin a comment? I can't do it from in here. Maybe I can do it on my phone. I don't know what you guys have the ability as mods to do, to be completely honest. I know you guys can remove people. I know you guys can do that. I don't know the exact parameters everyone has. Some of you guys are super mods. I think Spock is in the super mod spot. I'm gonna pin it from my phone. All right, I pinned your comment with the Discord. So if you guys want to join the Discord, it's pinned. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think there's like two versions of mods. There are some people that are super mods. I think Spock has maximum power. Some people have maximum power, some people don't, but that doesn't really mean anything because what the mods are there for is to just try to remove people. But Spock has extra power. He's been here for a long time. I don't know what he could do, but he is the maximum mod power that I granted him all those years ago. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Wesley, thank you for the super chat. But you probably can't pin. That's fine. I pinned the comment though. Wesley, thank you for the super chat. Love the clown costume. Just need help for tonight. Should I start Tank Dell over my wide receiver and my flex? You got DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, and Olave. See, I want Tank Dell in my lineup this week. I like Tank Dell a lot. I just don't know if I like him to that degree to where I would force him in my lineup over DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson. Now, DJ Moore has been incredibly inconsistent. but so has Tank Dell. Now, without Stephon Diggs, without Nico Collins, right, you just have to think that Tank Dell is going to be very, 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 very involved in the game plan tonight. The Jets defense is largely fraudulent. Again, I do think they have good players on defense, but the defense just isn't playing well without Robert Salah. It turns out when you put your DC as the head coach of the team and he's not able to coach up the defense as well, that leads to bad things happening. Who could have seen that coming? Probably anyone with eyes. Right now, in terms of my rankings that I'm updating as we speak, so I can throw them on the Patreon, DJ Moore is ranked as my wide receiver 18. Garrett Wilson is clearly a top 13, 12-ish guy. He's ranked 12. And then Christopher Olave is ranked 15th. So the guy I have lowest would be Tank Dell. But I'm going to keep tinkering here just to make sure that is correct because I do, in a way, I kind of trust Tank Dell more than I trust DJ Moore. But the problem is, I think if it was my own team, I'd play DJ Moore over Tank Dell. That's a tough question because I do have them ranked closely. Dell found the end zone last week, which was nice. But again, he has been a pretty big disappointment. He was just the wide receiver 32. DJ Moore's been very, very up and down, right? DJ Moore's been the wide receiver 41, 30, 24, 42, 6, 58, 71. So I'll be honest with you. If you want the safer bet, I think the safer bet is actually playing Tank Dell. But I think I'd play DJ Moore up against Arizona just because I think the Arizona Cardinals defense is going to get destroyed by DJ Moore. So I would lean with DJ Moore. It's very close, but I'm going to lean. So I would keep it how you have it. Trigger Trey, thank you for the super chat, my man. Full PPR. Who do you trust more this week? JT Brees or Kenneth Walker the third? I got the power. Jerry Jones is a clown for Halloween. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So Puka's dealing with an injury, which is just fucking awful. Making me want to jump off a roof. Not the best. Not very nice. So Kenneth Walker, Brees, and JT. That's one of those questions where, again, when you have three studs like that, you're just bound to get it wrong. Bound to falling in love every once in a while. We're going Kenneth Walker and Brees. I got JT ranked the lowest. Vikings defense, I get the Vikings defense has been getting plowed over the last 2 weeks, but I just don't really see the Colts with Joe Flacco in prime time, like Jonathan Taylor going ballistic. Now, could he? Yes. They're all good options, right? You're not going to be disappointed with any of them, but I think the guy most likely to disappoint would be Jonathan Taylor, so I trust Brees and K9 the most. Ali Muhammad, thank you for the super chat. Wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, London Dell, Amari Downs, D-Hop. Running back, Hall, Monty, Allen. Potential trade, D-Hop and Dell for McLaurin and ETN. I would do that because I think that McLaurin is the most valuable piece of that trade. Now, ETN, you have to fully understand that when you're doing this trade, ETN is useless. ETN is as useless as it gets. I'm not going to sit here and bang the drum for ETN. I think that would be foolish to do. I don't think anyone at this point should be given the Hawk Tua special to ETN. He doesn't deserve it. He has not been very good. But just basically the way I think about this is I'm doing D-Hop and Dell for McLaurin, and I'm doing that every single time and twice on Sunday. Now, we want to project DeAndre Hopkins as this elite weapon on this elite offense. The Chiefs offense, for one, has not been elite, and DeAndre Hopkins has not been elite in years. Now, I like DeAndre Hopkins. I think if you picked him up off the waiver wire, if you had him on your team, I would be happy to hold him on my team. But when we're talking about a team where you already have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you already have London, you already have Amari, and you have Downs, what you're doing is you're adding another stud wide receiver while not losing out. Because once Nico Collins comes back, Tank Dell's value is stripped away, right? And we're not even going to sit here and pretend like DeAndre Hopkins is the locked and loaded wide receiver one on this team because it could easily be Juju. And more than likely, it's Travis Kelce. So I would be making that trade and I would be ecstatic to do it. If you're getting ETN and McLaurin, be very, 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 very happy with that and accept it instantly. Accept it instantly. How are we feeling about Devontae Adams tonight, my boy? I'm not feeling the best. Flex start Shakira, Tillman, or McMillan. I'm going Shakir. Nope, I'm going Tillman. We got to bump Tillman up the rankings because Tillman's ranked not the highest in my rankings, and I'm giving him a big boom up my rankings because I fucking bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom. We bring the boom to you every afternoon. That song is stuck in my head. Hi, Nick. Devontae Adams, Amari Cooper, Tillman, or Coleman? I would go with Adams, but if you want to be safe, go Tillman. And then Vikings to the Browns, I'm going with the Vikings. Jacoby Myers or Jaden Riley Reed this week? Right now, Jaden Reed, because I think Love might play, but if Love doesn't play, it's Jacoby Myers. How are we feeling about Devontae Adams? Not the best. Shakir for safety, Tillman for ceiling. I agree with that take. Hawk to. Let's go Texans. Now, to be honest with you guys, I don't like the Jets. Obviously, I do root for the Jets at times because my dad is a Jets fan. I do feel bad for him. The guy's getting old, and the Jets fucking suck. So hopefully they can win something soon. But I think the Jets are hopping in the grave tonight. Sad to say, but I really think that's the case. I think they're dying tonight. I think the Texans are going to kill them now. Obviously, everyone in America, like the fact that the line is what it is, the fact that the Texans are dogs in that game tells you that the books just know more than we do. Like something is up. Why is that the case? Does that make sense to anyone? Why is that the case? Like why would we be favoring the Jets over the Texans? That doesn't make any sense. So again, that leads me to start thinking like, "Oh, am I just stupid? Like, oh, am I not thinking correctly? Am I not using my brain? Because why is that the case? That doesn't make sense." Right? Does anyone else get that? Where like you're thinking about something and then you look at the line. It's like, oh, I think DJ Moore is going to go off this game. You look at the line and he's like 40 yards. And you're like, that makes no sense. Why is it like that? Do the books know more than I do? That's kind of the scenario I'm in. Yeah, I think the Texans could easily stop Rodgers. Rodgers is a fucking fraud. Aaron Rodgers will demand to see the game manager. That's facts. He is the game manager. Berg or Njoku? Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have went to Egypt. Reed or London rest of season? London. Uncle Raj hopefully dumps off to Brees. I think it's possible. I'm playing against the Houston defense. Hopefully A-Rod is money in prime time. Rodgers does play better in prime time. And yeah, the Jets are cursed. That is, I 100% believe in that. Who said that? Someone in chat said that. I can't see it right now. I'm legally blind. But yeah, I believe in that. I think that, what's his name? That one dude, the quarterback that was there for the Super Bowl, sold his soul in order to win that game. I really do believe that. And again, I don't know if that's actually, I don't even know if you can actually sell your soul or not. But if you could, he's the kind of guy that would do that. I would never do that. That's why I only have 38,000 subscribers, obviously. If I was willing to sell my soul, we'd be at 1 million right now, right, guys? It's a joke. Again, like, I try not to say things that are like, that people might get. I don't think anyone will get offended by that, but you never know. Jets or Texans D? I'm taking the Texans personally. You like the Jets? I like the Texans D. The Jets D hasn't looked good. Pause. Should I drop Tyler Goodson or stash him? If you have JT, you can stash him. If not, I'm probably looking to get away. I'm a first time player, and I'm in my I'm one in my all girls league. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's good to see when people play fantasy for the first time and they're successful. It is cool also that there's leagues where it's just a bunch of chicks playing together. That's awesome. I need to figure out how to get my fiance to play fantasy football, but I don't think any of the other girls that she's friends with would want to play. Like to see her get some W's. So yeah, I would go with Bo Nix over Gino. Addison or Adams tonight? I would go with Adams. I don't want to play Addison. Aubrey or Tucker? I would have to just say Aubrey. Tucker has been so shit this season. Ali Muhammad. Thank you again for the super chat. Very nice. I like. What's up, DC? Start one from. I don't know what's wrong with my chin right now. I don't know why I'm touching it like this. I don't need to do that. Sucking too much wee, I guess. Start one for my flex. Dell, Amari, D-Hop, or Downs. Yeah, Puka went down again. Tough scene. Yeah, all right, here, wait. Spock, I have seen that video. That is one of the funniest videos of all time. And I guess it technically isn't funny, but it's just like the way he's just like talking and he's in that like his jacket, you know what I'm talking about, on the sideline, and he's like hitting on that chick. I think that's the video you're talking about. Unless we're talking about two different videos. And that's an old one. Start one at my flex, Dell, Amari, Downs, D-Hop. Great question. That one's got to be Downs. That's got to be Downs. I love Josh Downs this week. I am a Josh Downs truther. I'm going to continue to bang the drum for Josh Downs. I think Josh Downs is going to have a humongous game. I think Josh Downs is going to go absolutely ballistic. I think Josh Downs is going to have potentially a top 12 game this week. So I'm feeling real nicey about Josh Downs. Got me feeling nicey. I feel really good about Josh Downs. Really, really, really good. I think Josh Downs has the upside to smash again, like literally a top 5 option. Again, the matchup against the Vikings, like no one's going to sit here and tell you that playing up against the Vikings defense is a good matchup for anyone. I'm not going to lie to you guys because when you lie to yourself, you lie to everyone. I think that's a saying that people say. So I'm not going to lie, but I do think genuinely that that's a guy you really, really want in your lineup. So I would definitely go Downs. I think Downs, again, even up against the Vikings, I think he could smash. All right. Thank you, super chat. Definitely going with Downs. Hey Nick, Maurice out, Tyler, Texas here. What's up, man? How you doing? How you doing? How's Texas right now? I assume hot, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know my. Sorry, I've gone dark for a second. I'm trying to put my rankings up right now. We've gone dark. You guys get a lot of trick or treaters at your guys' house? I feel like they don't trick. Like I feel like when I was a kid, but maybe that's just like your kid brain. Like I feel like we were trick or treating and it was later, but like it's 7:30 and there's like no one out trick or treating. So maybe that again, that might just be a bias for being young. Like I don't remember, and like maybe I just thought it was later than it was. But there's like no one out trick or treating. It's 7:30. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I'm in a league with some chicks and they're doing great. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Women are better at making decisions than men. At least that's what my fiance tells me. Again, another joke. Don't take it too seriously. That one was funny. That was a good one. If you don't think that was funny, I'm sorry. Very nice. I like it. Pollard or Adams? The Adams family. I'd go Pollard. I love women. Me too, John. Tampa Bay Bucks should hurry up and sign Mike Williams. I don't think they could sign Mike Williams, but I wouldn't be surprised if they traded for him. Pat, did you see? Oh wait, yeah, we were talking about that before. Puka again. Yeah, I know it's tough. Puka's always hurt, bro. One dose creator. What's going on, man? What's going on, my man? Flex 2. Pittman, Worthy, Mostert. Go with Pittman and Worthy. The Bills have a large hole in their defense against the Bills are not good against the run. But like I think if we were to bang the drum for one guy, it would be Achane. It wouldn't be it just wouldn't be Mostert. Like, to be honest with you, as a Dolphins fan, just watching the games, Mostert doesn't look like the second best back on this team. The second best back is Jalen Wright. Now, Mostert did score 2 touchdowns last week, and I'll give him credit for that. And he did look fine in the game, but he's not like going to average a bunch of yards per carry anymore. He looks way worse than last season. So I would probably just play Worthy just because I think the upside's a little bit higher. And again, I'm not looking to play like this super safe option, right? That's just really not what I do in fantasy. I don't come out here and just try to play the safest bet. Like I think Mostert is probably a little bit safer than Worthy, but Worthy has been getting a big increase in targets, so I'm going to lean the way of Worthy. So we're going to start Worthy and Pittman. I think Pittman's kind of like the no-brainer there, and then Worthy over Mostert. And as a Dolphins fan, I really want to see them unleash Jalen Wright more. Even if it's worse for fantasy, because it would become a 3-headed backfield. As a Dolphins fan, I just want to see us win at the end of the day. So I would prefer to see it that way. But again, you guys probably want it. Being a Dolphins fan this year has been so bad, dude. So bad. Thank you for the super chat, Brian. Dolphins fan here. We making the playoffs or next year? I mean, I want to be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest when I say this. The Dolphins have a schedule that is tough, but they have enough winnable games on there to where if the AFC is worse like it is now, I think they can go 9-8. And if 9-8 is good enough to make the playoffs, then yes, I do believe they will make the playoffs. I think this game against the Bills will 100% tell us, are we going to make the playoffs or not? Now, the Bills they own the Dolphins. They own the whole fucking franchise. If the Dolphins go out there and beat the Bills in Buffalo, I will be back on the wagon saying, "Hey, the Dolphins are not they're one of the best teams in the AFC." That's what I'll say, right? If they beat the Bills, that's what I'll say. And I'll say, "Hey, you know what? They're going to make the playoffs." If they get smacked by the Bills like normal, they're done because the trade deadline is on election day. And what's going to occur if the Dolphins lose is I think there might be a full-blown fire sale where they get rid of a bunch of players, and that will basically just be the nail in the coffin for the team. So if we can go out and beat the Bills, I would say, yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. If we lose, definitely not. There's still a chance if we do lose that we can make it. My best guess is that the Dolphins do not make the playoffs this year. Even though I'm hoping that we do, I don't think the Dolphins will make the playoffs this year. Just being honest. Even though it would bring great joy to me to see us make the playoffs again. I don't like you're asking a question here. I don't think we will. That's my honest opinion. Is I don't think they will, and that really sucks. It really sucks. It's very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. What do you think, Brian? Dave, thank you for the super chat. Read more Tracy if he plays in the flex. Thank you. If Tracy plays, I would go with Tracy. Tracy has looked really good this season, which to anyone watching in the summer, they would know that I was banging the drum for Tracy the whole time. So I look like a genius over here. I'm so smart, guys. Everyone knows that. People are saying, but yeah, I really do love Tracy. He does get let down by the team, though, which is kind of annoying, right? The fact that the Giants are such a disaster really does suck because if the Giants weren't such a complete and utter dumpster fire, then we would be talking up. We would be talking about Tracy in a way better light than we are now. I'm probably playing though because I don't think Tracy's going to play. It's going to be more just because Reed has been on a downward spiral. So I'll give you multiple answers here. I guess this makes it a little bit more convoluted, but my real opinion here is if we end up seeing, and sorry that I'm so dark, I'm gonna we'll just flip this on for a second while I answer your question, and then we'll go back to that because I'm trying to upload the rankings on Patreon. So what I was going to say, and sorry for hacking that, damn, we're just doing everything wrong here. What I was going to say is, Reed with Love is startable. Reed with Malik Willis is run for the hills, duck and cover. You are biting a massively risky bullet here if you play Reed with Malik Willis. Now, Reed's the kind of guy that he can catch a dump off and take it to the crib, right? Reed's a very talented player, but Reed's not a guy that I'm going to be clamoring for you guys to start if he's not a guy that I'm going to be clamoring for, right? If we don't have Love out there. So, real answer here, let's just be honest. We're going to stop just dancing around the question. If Tracy plays, it's Tracy. If Tracy does not play, it's DJ Moore because I trust DJ Moore, even with the downs that he has had, way more than I trust Reed at this point, unless Love plays. Because so we are going to complicate this. I'm just going to type it in chat. If Love play, all right, it's Tracy. Tracy's the number one answer. Number one answer is Tracy. If Love is in, it's Reed. And then last ditch scenario, it's DJ Moore. Because if Tracy doesn't play, and then if Love is out, then it's DJ Moore. So Tracy is the number one option. The number two option is Reed with Love. The third option is Moore. That's how I would rank it. But again, write that down. Because we have zero idea if Jordan Love is playing or not. We have zero idea. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know for sure Love is playing or not. I have no idea. You have no idea because unless you like are related to Jordan Love, and if you are, let me know. I'd really appreciate that if you knew if Jordan Love is going to play or not. But that's my opinion on things. So I would play Tracy. He's the number one option. If Tracy does not play, then it's Reed if Love plays. And then if Love doesn't play, then you're going to go with DJ Moore. That's simple. Simple arithmetic. We broke it down there. The entire AFC sucks, I think someone said. Yeah, the whole AFC East sucks too. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with you. We buy homes near you. Thank you for the super chat. Make sure you throw your question in chat so I can find it and I can answer your question. I'm answering questions on Patreon if you guys are on the Patreon. If you guys are on the Patreon, I answer all questions on there. So make sure you join. Next year, I think we're gonna have to revamp how basically everything works. Because I do want to get YouTube memberships, but I don't want to do YouTube memberships without like funny pictures. So I need to figure out someone that can make me funny emojis. Maybe like an emoji of me, maybe some other funny emojis, maybe like a Spock emoji, A Spock emoji. That would be fire. Get someone to make me a Spock emoji. That would be gas. All right. Make sure you leave your question in chat. We buy homes near you because I can't find your question right now. I cannot. I need to dress as Borat one year. Come on here. Very nice. That'd be funny. All right. One Dose Creator dropped a question in here. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Pitts, Coleman, Javonte, Williams. Pick 2. Pitts definitely going in there. Pitts has been hot. Pitts has been rocking hot. So I'm going Pitts. And then it's like, are we diving back in with Javonte? Are we going Coleman? My own team, like I answer your guys' questions like it's my team. So that's how we go. That's how we answer these questions. It's based upon, hey, this is Nick's team. That's how we're basing it. If you're in a scenario where your team is, if you think your team's going to lose, I'm playing Keon Coleman. Why? Because I think Keon Coleman just has a little bit more upside than Javonte. But if you feel like you're going to win, like if you feel like you're going to coast to victory, play Javonte. If it's my team, I think I'm going Pitts and Javonte, though. So Pitts and Javonte is going to be the answer. Pitts and Javonte. I don't know why my nose is so itchy again. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. The answer is everything. Everything's wrong with me. Everything tonight. So yeah, we're going Javonte and Pitts. Glock guy, thank you for the super chat, my man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Ooh. CMC a buy. You got H-Han. I'm trying to throw your question on the screen. I don't know why my screen is doing this. CMC is a buy. Okay, here, wait. We're going to go dark for a second because I just have to take a picture or something on my screen. Okay, I'm going to read off the question. Is CMC a buy? Question mark. You have A-Chain, Najee, Algier, Mason, Daniels, Hurts, Johnson, Dell, Hill, Adams, Douglas, Tillman. I'm in the 5th record, 9-7 with median. I talked about this. I don't know who I was talking about this with, but the idea of medians in fantasy football is a really good idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. 1 second, guys. Just trying to do something. Okay. Then that's the rest. Okay. So what I was going to say was the idea of medians in fantasy football is such a good idea. And I wish that I knew. I don't think you can do that on NFL fantasy. And that's where like all my leagues are. I wish that you could do that because that's an awesome idea. With that said, though, that doesn't have to do with the question. I do believe Christian McCaffrey's a buy. I do. I think that when you buy Christian McCaffrey, though, you have to fully understand that you are taking out a large risk. There is a reason why he didn't come back in week 1. There's a reason why he didn't come back in week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, or week 8. Why is that? Because the injury was a lot more serious than we initially believed it was going to be. Could Christian McCaffrey come back? and be on a snap count? Yes. Could Christian McCaffrey come back and not look like himself? Yes. But could Christian McCaffrey come back, look like his old self, and score 28 fantasy points a game, and he's the reason why you win your league? Also, yes. Your team is in 5th place. Your team's good. Your team needs a bump. Your team needs to get better so that you can win. Now, I'm not sure the type of package you would be willing to ship off to get McCaffrey. Because if you're having to send Achan and Najee and Deontay Johnson and Dell, like if you have to send like this crazy package to get him, I wouldn't do it. But if they're willing to take Najee and Adams, yeah, I'm doing that easily. I'm easily doing that. So yeah, I do think Christian McCaffrey's a buy. Again, I wouldn't go out and say, hey, every single person that's watching this video or watching the stream, go trade for him. Because there's a lot of risk involved, and you have to kind of understand the risk when you make the trade, right? You're not making this very, very safe move, right? Like if you're trading for Derrick Henry, given Derrick Henry doesn't get hurt, knock on wood, you kind of just know what you're getting, right? Whereas when you're trading for Christian McCaffrey, there's a lot of risk baked into it. Now, I'm hoping that he comes back and is fully healthy. So, yeah, I would be looking to trade for McCaffrey with your team. I would be trying to get rid of Najee. I'd try to hold Mason because if something goes wrong with Christian McCaffrey, at least then you have a back pedal. So what I would be looking to do is package. You have 2 quarterbacks. So what you're going to do is you're going to go Najee. You're going to hope that guy needs a quarterback, and you're going to send either Daniels or Hurts. It doesn't matter which one. I like them both equally. I guess if I had to feel more confident in one, I feel more confident in Hurts. But again, I like them both equally. And then throw in like Tillman or something, and you can get it done. But even maybe hopefully you don't have to get rid of Tillman. I would definitely look to trade for McCaffrey in that scenario. So the answer is yes, Glock Guy. And again, make sure you leave your question in chat. We buy homes near you. Pick 2: Hubbard, Brooks, Brian, Robinson, and Jacobs. So Jacobs is kind of just like the easy answer there, right? It's the layup. You knew you were starting Jacobs before you even asked this question, probably, right? Jacobs is kind of one of those no-brainer type of plays that you just play every single week. You don't really think twice about it. Now, early on in the season, he did ream you. He was not good at all early on in the season, but recently he did start to pick things up, and I do feel pretty confident in him. So definitely him. And then I think I would lean with it's going to be either Hubbard or B-Rob. I don't think you want to play. I got Hubbard ranked 22, B-Rob 21. So if B-Rob plays, it's B-Rob. So we're going to go B-Rob and Jacobs. That's how we're feeling. B-Rob and Jacobs. I can't decide between Adams and Dell. I would play Adams. One of these days is going to be Adams' coming out party. And again, this is a team with their back against the wall. This is a team that needs to win. And this is the kind of game that they can win with so many people banged up. So I would definitely go with Adams. Puka Nacua means fragile knees in Samoan. That's crazy. Metcalf not 100%. I don't think Metcalf's going to play. That would be my best guess. Tank Dell, T. Higgins, Joshua Downs, Devontae Adams, and Marvin Harrison Jr. And we buy homes. If your question isn't sending, make sure you don't include like any tilde or like fucking anything like this. Just don't include it, and it should send. Tank Dell, T. Higgins, Josh Downs, Devontae Adams, Marvin Harrison. I'm going Josh Downs. I'm going T. Higgins. I'm going Devontae. Josh Downs, T. Higgins, and Devontae. T. Higgins doesn't play, then you're going to go Marvin. Dell, Higgins, JSN, Higgins. But because Higgins might not play, I think you should probably just play Dell. Broncos and Steelers just hit my waivers. Who do I pick up for week 15 through 18? Whoever has the better schedule, in your opinion. That's what I'd pick up. I'm not... It would take me a really long time to pull all that up when I'm pulling other shit up. But my best guess would be the Broncos. Harrison Jr. or Tank Dell, I'd play Harrison. Maurice, thanks for the question. Darnold, Goff, Stafford. I'm playing Stafford and Darnold. You got to drop one. Oh, yeah. Drop Bateman and pick up Downs. That's a great move. What do you think about Kraft or Allen? Allen who? I stupid? Alan Lazard, Josh Allen. What tight end's name is Allen? And it's gonna be something obvious too, and I just don't know. I just clarify me here. Oh, Alan Lazard. If you're talking about Alan Lazard, he's on the IR, so I would go Kraft. Need a flex for the Guillotine League. Madison, Adams, Dell, Metcalf, Deontay Johnson. I would go Adams. Deontay Johnson, just so you guys know, Deontay Johnson is going to get eased into this Ravens offense. It's already been made abundantly clear that they're going to try to use him as like a fucking kick returner or something, and Bateman's going to be the number 2 early on. So do not get out there and lock him in as like this. Oh, you got to start Deontay Johnson. I don't think you even want to get close to starting Deontay Johnson this week unless it's like a last ditch effort type of scenario. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Puka is hurt, but he's not out yet, boys. Yeah, I don't know if he'll play or not, though. I got 2 quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Bo Nix. Very nice. Braylon Allen. Oh, yeah. Braylon Allen. Go, Kraft. Stafford or Williams? Stafford. Stafford, Rodgers, or Stroud? Stafford. Going trick-or-treating. Happy Halloween, boys. Happy Halloween. Hoping I don't get bent over a chair this week. That's crazy. Waddle rest of the season. Or Reed rest of the season. Reed. Reed rest of the season over Waddle. Brian Robinson, Montgomery, or Connor? Brian Robinson. Connor. Enzo the Baker. I'm going to be honest. I am very bad at remembering people. I remember the people who are here all the time. And I try to remember as many people as possible. I have a bad memory. My memory, basically, everything that's in my head is regarded to football. I have like some UFC knowledge. I have some knowledge of hockey. And I have knowledge of how to do my job. And that's really about it. I am incredibly bad at remembering dates of things. And if I don't talk to you every day, it is hard for me to remember you. Now, again, I do appreciate all of you guys. So I do apologize if I don't recognize your name instantly. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, as they say. I might be stupid, but I do know what love is, you know. 2 are Winston. Day 5. Yeah, day 5. Day 5. 2 tight ends, Kraft or Frymuth Kraft. No Kittle. Who are you picking? Wait, Kittle's not playing? The fuck? Is that true? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. They're on bye. I don't know why I just looked that up. Oh my god, now people in the chat will be like, Nick's an idiot. He doesn't even remember the 49ers aren't on bye. What a jerk off. I'm playing Janu. Should I pick up Quorum? At this point in the season, if you have... Okay. I guess we're not there we kind of are there. This is the point in the season where we're nearing the playoffs. You want to have your handcuff or other handcuffs. So I'm talking about if you have like these random running or these random receivers on your team that you're never starting, or you have like a second quarterback that you're never playing, or a second tight end. What you want to do is find these running backs that can instantly win you your league. For instance, tonight, if Braylon Allen's available in your league, pick up Braylon Allen. Why? Because if Breece Hall goes down, Braylon Allen is instantly a league winner. If something happens to Kyron, Blake Corum is an instant league winner. So this is the time of the season where you want to have your, pennies in a bunch? What do you say? Your quarters aligned. What the fuck is the saying? Where you want to have your ducks in a row. That's what I was looking for. Your ducks in a row. You want to have your ducks in a row and have the correct things in place for if something bad happens. This is also the point in the season, especially in the playoffs, where I'm just holding 2 defenses. I'm making sure I got my defenses streamed the week in advance. If you need another quarterback, make sure you have them. These type of things, like the strategy of fantasy football changes so heavily as you get further and further into the season, because the way I construct my bench is significantly different. Like right now, I still even have some like high upside wide receiver plays, but soon they're just all turning into running backs. Start 2 running backs and 2 flexes. Breece Hall, Tony Pollard, Kareem Hunt, David Montgomery, Shaden Reed, Devontae Smith, or Drake London. Thanks, Nick. No problem. This is non-PPR. So for running back, Breece Hall, you lock him in. You didn't even need to ask me that, right? You knew that. Then we're going Kareem Hunt. Then we're going Drake London. And then we're going David Montgomery. So we're going Breece Hall, Kareem Hunt, Montgomery, and London. That's the way I would feel the most confident. News on Puka. The news is he just aggravated his knee injury in practice. We have no other update besides that. You can keep scavenging the internet to find more information. But as of right now, that's all the information that I have found. So that's all I can tell you, right? When there's more information, if there's more information tomorrow, I'll give it to you. Pause. But right now, I don't know for sure what the hoedown throwdown is here on Puka. Besides that, thanks Nick and Spock. You both make fantasy less sweaty for me. Thank you. I like to search fantasy football videos that filter by today in the off season. That's how you find brand new content creators starting out. That makes sense. That makes sense. To be honest with you guys, I don't watch a lot of fantasy football content during the season. I watch virtually none. I watch like none because I just don't have time to. There are going to be new creators though that are way better than even me. So yeah, make sure you guys. I don't think anyone needs to be super loyal to me. You can watch as many people as you want. I used to watch a lot of content when I started, trying to figure out like what people liked. And then like really in season, the content has been the same for so many years where I just do the exact same thing. Now again, there's different takes, all that stuff, but it's like the same schedule where it's like, okay, you do the waivers and the defenses, then you do the start sits, then you do the rankings, and then you get out of there. Now, when I had more time when I was in college, there was videos about all types of random shit, like where I would just break down every single game that happened, where I would talk about players to trade for, all that. That has all gone the wayside as I've gotten older and have less time. If I ever am able to quit my job and do this full time, there will be more videos because of that. But as of right now, where I have a job, it's the same content every week. Now, it's different because my opinions are different, but you get what I mean. That's how you found my channel. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, at the beginning there was like no one here, and now there's a lot of people. So I really appreciate you guys. We hit 38,000 subscribers today, and it's just amazing. It really is. It's crazy. Tyreek Hill, thank you for the super chat, Zach. Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, DK, start 2 flex over Chuba, standard, non-PPR, 12 team. Thank you. Great question. Great question. So non-PPR, I don't know how you can sit Tyreek Hill. I really don't. I really don't. Now, do I think that Tyreek Hill is the safest guy you got here? No. No, I don't. And that's what does slightly concern me is I don't know how safe he really is. But I know he's not very safe, but I would play Tyreek Hill. I would find it very hard to sit Tyreek Hill, especially since I think the Dolphins are going to go back to their old ways this game. I really think the Dolphins are going to sit there and just throw the ball to Tyreek a million times. I really think that's what they're going to try to do. I think they're going to pepper Tyreek, and if that doesn't work, they're going to lose. That's really what I think we're going to do in this game. Do I think that's the best game plan? Not really. But I think that's what they will do. So it's got to be Tyreek, and then I'm going to go Kupp. The answer is Tyreek and Puka, but if Puka doesn't play, the answer is going to be Tyreek and Kupp. And then would I play any of those guys over Chuba? Yes, I would play Garrett Wilson over Chuba. So we're going to go Tyreek and Garrett Wilson, and then your flex is going to be Puka, but I don't think Puka's going to play, so then you would just go with Kupp. Or he might play. He might play. Actually, I won't just go out and abundantly say, like, oh, it's clear he's not going to play. He could play. So we're going to go Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, and then Kupp, and then, but if Puka plays, Puka over Kupp. I need to fucking blow my nose. Or sneeze, I mean. Jeebus. I'm okay. I don't know why that felt weird. But yeah, we're going to go Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, and Puka. And then if Puka doesn't play, Kupp over Chuba. Happy Halloween, Nick. Happy Halloween to you too. Start 2. Dell, MHJ, DJ Moore, Waddle. We're going Dell and Marvin Harrison Jr. Stroud or Goff? Stroud or Goff? Stroud or Goff? I would go Goff. I have not watched a Sal Vetri video in years, and that's not me shitting on him or something. Again, back in the day, when I was younger, I think I was probably more of a dick, right? And I would like take a shot at like another YouTube channel, right? If I didn't like them. But as I've gotten older, you realize like there's nothing. Obviously, there was never anything to gain from it, but there's nothing. There's no reason to be mean to anyone. Like everyone is trying their hardest to make it. So and Sal Vetri is way bigger than I am. So I'm not even talking about Sal, just in general. I would never do that again. And I kind of hate that I have done that before. That's something that, again, a majority of you guys wouldn't even know that, but that is something that does bother me. Like I wish I could go back and not have said certain things because it just makes you look like a dick, you know. And that's not really how I see myself. Maybe some of you guys think that. Obviously not, right? Otherwise you wouldn't be watching. But yeah, happy Halloween to you. Thank you for the super chat, Thomas. Dell, and then see the thing for me though is like realistically, I want to say Marvin Harrison Jr. and DJ Moore, but the more I think about it, the more I feel like Dell's going to have a good game. So we're going to go Marvin Harrison and Dell. They're all three of those guys are close, but that's what I would do. I'd go Marvin Harrison Jr. and Dell. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Puka banged up. Yeah, he's banged up. Suckton. Sucks risking tank or waiting on the BTJ dues. I think Brian Thomas Jr., that's one of those where it's like I would just play the guy that you have because I think Brian Thomas Jr., like initially the worry was okay, he's gonna be out 2 to 4 weeks. And now it's like, okay, maybe he plays. And when you go from out 2 to 4 weeks to maybe he plays, that normally to me signifies, hey, he's probably not going to play. Again, I don't want to say for 100% fact. Like I'm never going to do that. Even when I say, oh, start this guy, like it's not most of the time, unless you're asking like, oh, would you start the best quarterback versus Malik Willis, right? The answer is pretty obvious there, but there's not really a lot of guarantees in fantasy, and especially with injuries. So I wouldn't guarantee BTJ plays. So I would just play Dell. Dell or Hubbard, Dell. Reed, Downs, Dell, or BTJ. Vikings or Chargers, Vikings. Downs, Dell, and Reed. But if Brian Thomas Jr. plays, I'm playing him over Reed. Trying to put my DFS lineups in right now. Trying to get a win in DFS. We won a couple weeks ago. Need to keep winning. I gotta pay for my wedding. You know, those things are expensive. You know, really is though. It's crazy how expensive it is. Got to start selling pictures of my feet sometimes on the internet. You know, that's how you get it done. That's how you get paid. Because everyone, all you guys will buy it, right? That's how it goes. I saw Notorious Fantasy in another stream one time. I had to let him know he was the funniest fantasy streamer. I literally laugh in every video. The references are hilarious. Thank you. Thank you. You saw me in another YouTuber stream. I wonder who that was. Probably the stock exchange, I would have to guess. That's the only time I stream with other people. Or maybe when I worked at Stochastic. One or the other. A lot of people ask me to be in videos. And to be honest with you, it's not to little bro people. I just sometimes, like during the off season, I really don't have a lot of time. And even during the season, I don't have a lot of time. So it is hard for me to go on other people's channels when I would like to do that more. I would like to be a guest and help out other people, especially the smaller people. Again, not meant meaning to discredit anyone, to try to help them. Because there were people that when I was started off that had me on their channel, like Nick from BDGE or Fantasy Couch, people that talked to me that didn't have to. And so that's something I view as very important. Got an offer for Debo and I received D Swift. Should I accept? Yes, I would. Yeah, I would. Mari Cooper, Sutton. I would play Sutton. When I found out you had to buy 2 rings for the lady, I almost lost my mind. That's true. That's true. And I have to buy. Never mind. That was gonna be a funny joke, but we don't need to make that joke. I was gonna say I will make the joke. I was gonna say I need a 3rd ring too because my cock doesn't work sometimes. You know, that's a good one right there. Hope my dad wasn't listening to that or my mom. They don't need to know that. My dad is in the stream, obviously, all the time, but he's putting his lineups in, so I doubt he's listening. But yeah, it is crazy. The amount of stuff you have to pay for at a wedding is just crazy. And we're gonna keep answering questions, but it's like, oh, you need to pay for the chair that people sit in during the ceremony. Oh, you got to pay for this, that, and the other thing. It's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy. Are there two weddings now? Well, yeah, you need to pay for two rings because you got to pay for the what's it called? You got to pay for the engagement ring and then the real ring. I'm cleaning the kitchen. Don't get married. That's funny. We also need Tesla robots in the NFL because the referee costs a lot of the Vikings fans money. That's facts. That is facts. Hey, Nick, good to know you're a fan of Violet Myers. Would you start with the Chargers or Texans? I'd go with the Chargers. Sometimes when I close my eyes, I can't see. That's true. That is true. Tank Dell or McConkey? I'd go with Dell. Charge over the Titans. I agree. I agree. In my culture, you pay a dowry. It's like having two weddings. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's already expensive. Now, I live in New Jersey, as a lot of you guys would know. And New Jersey, I looked this up because I was like, are weddings this expensive everywhere? And the answer is no, they actually aren't that expensive everywhere. And New Jersey is one of the top 5 highest priced weddings. So that's on my parents for making me being born here, right? Fuck them, right? Bunch of assholes. It's crazy. Adams, Dobbs, Worthy, or Jacoby Myers. I would go Adams. One of these days, Adams is going to pop off. One of these days. Trade Breece Hall for Stevenson and Thomas Jr. Need wide receivers, Evans and Ayuk hurt. Well, the problem is you're trading for a guy that's also hurt now. I think if your team can bite the bullet of not paying it, then yes. And I know that. I know the wedding is all about the bride. I know that. It's not about me. I never said it was. I never said it was. I would try to get maybe. See, I would do that. I'd be happy about that trade if I knew Thomas was playing this week. I guess though, if you have to do it, go ahead. Dell or Chase Brown. Dell. Would you rather stash handcuffs in an 8-team league? Sorry, first time playing. So in an 8-man league, I'm not as much on stashing handcuffs because everyone's team is loaded to the gills. I would probably push holding the handcuffs a little bit longer in an 8-team league because everyone's team is so stacked. But eventually, in a couple of weeks, like especially like when you're in the playoffs, you need to just be like, if the guy's not going to make your lineup, if there's like no way the player's going to make your lineup, you do want to have the handcuffs. Like handcuffs are very, very important for the playoffs because they take your team from being like the 6th seed, you just barely get in, and then you beat someone, and then magically someone gets hurt, and now you have like Braylon Allen or something like that. It could really help you out. You should have just came to Nashville. YouTube people love it here. You mean white people? That's the one funny thing is when people say like YT in my head it's YouTube, but people on Twitter YT means like white. I guess I am a white person, so that would make sense. White people love Nashville. Isn't that where the Hawk Tua lady is from? Spin on that thing. Isn't that where that video is from? That is true. The wedding is all about the bride. Tank Dell or Waddle Tank Dell? Yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord. Spock drops all types of information in there. I try to hop in there all the time. I don't do it as much as I should. Again, once I figure out truly how to find more time, like I've went to school and made YouTube videos. I've never had a job and made YouTube videos, so it is a little bit harder than even going to college. So I need to. This year has been pretty good to figure out like what my timeline needs to be to how I can have more open time, and I just need to keep working on that so I have more time to do other shit. Because right now I basically just work all day and then go to bed. So Tracy White, Keon Irving, Dowdle, Jay Will, running back, wide receiver, flex. All right. So Keon has to be your wide receiver, right? That's the only wide receiver there. So Keon, lock Keon in. Then that is a little bit tough because I want to play Tracy. Okay, so we're just going to type this out because we need to get to the other question too. So Keon is the wide receiver. That's an obvious answer. At running back, it's Tracy. But if Tracy doesn't play, then you're playing White. And then you're going to play Dowdle. But if White, so that makes the most sense. So Keon, Tracy. But if Tracy doesn't play, it's White. But then, okay, so but if Tracy does play, then White's the other guy instead of Dowdle. Oh, Dowdle if Tracy plays. There you go. So we'll explain this again. Keon is the wide receiver. Tracy is the running back. But if Tracy doesn't play, then it's White. And in that scenario, Dowdle's your third. But it's White instead of Dowdle if Tracy plays. Hope you got that. Scorpion, thank you for the super chat. Great character. Dell or Thomas Jr. Now, we don't know if Brian Thomas Jr. is going to play. So for that reason, you just have to play Tank Dell. And that kind of sucks, right? Because when there's guys playing on Thursday, you don't really have like some other pivot option, right? You're basically, it's one or the other. And you're stuck in a scenario where I don't necessarily think that Brian Thomas Jr. is going to play. Because again, I'm not a doctor. I will never claim to be a doctor. But when a guy's hurt, and then it comes out like he's probably going to miss multiple weeks. And then the scenario is pushed to, okay, he could play this week. That typically means like he's going to miss this week, but he'll be back for the next game. That's how I read into it. Again, that's not a 100% fact. That's not a guarantee. Brian Thomas Jr. could play. I'm not saying he's a guaranteed to be out, but in this kind of a scenario, I would just play the game of, hey, I don't think he's going to play, so let's just play Dell because Dell's going to play. Right? I hope you guys get what I mean. So, and I want to place a large wager on the Texans tonight because I really think the Texans are way better than the Jets, but something deep down is just telling me that this line is what it is because the Jets are going to win. And that really throws a wrench into my brain right there. It really confuses me. So I'm just not going to do anything, even though I would like to. Ridley or Javonte? I would play Javonte. Mayfield or Love? Mayfield. Ridley or Javonte? Javonte. Ridley having one big game really shouldn't make you be like, oh, I need to start Ridley. Now, I think if Mason Rudolph plays, you're better off with Ridley, like just in terms of safety. Like he's going to be a lot safer. But right now, I'm not sucking up to Ridley just yet. And I love Ridley. Like last year, you guys remember, if anyone was here last year, I loved Ridley, and that was so wrong. Like it felt so right, but it was wrong. It was really tough. Really tough scene. And this Riley Patterson guy, who's the kicker for the Jets, I feel like he has been a kicker on like 18 different teams this year. Does anyone know? Because I feel like that is 100% the case, that he has been the kicker on multiple different teams this year. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Ooh. All right, one second, guys. I'm trying to answer one Patreon question here. Tillman. Ingram or Devontae with Puka's injury? I would play Devontae. Hey, Nick, keep up the good work. Thank you. Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, Cup, Pollard, or McLaurin? I would go Garrett Wilson, Cup, and McLaurin. Murray or Darnold? Darnold. Jacoby Myers or Josh Downs? Josh Downs. And half PPR. Connor or Hunt? Hunt. Tillman, McMillan, Tillman. Dak or Kyler? Kyler. Yeah, make sure you guys join the Discord. Flowers or JSN this week? Flowers. How are we feeling this week? I've got Brees, Mixon, Jacobs, and Dobbins for running back. Neighbors, McLaurin, Sutton. It's 2 running back, 2 receivers. Both owners would take that. Yeah, Flowers. Titans or Chargers? I would go Chargers. Stroud or Winston? Winston. Thanks, dude. Down bad at the flex. Oh, best of luck. All right, now I got to check my own fantasy teams. Hopefully not starting anyone that's inactive on my team. Of course, the NFL website fucking sucks ass, so it takes 8 years to load. You don't have anyone playing tonight, so we're good in here. Don't have anyone playing tonight in here either. Braylon Allen, but we're not going to start Braylon Allen. And then I just don't have anyone on the Texans. I don't know why. Or the Jets. Just no one. Just didn't get them. And I liked guys on the Texans and the Jets, and I just never got them. That's kind of what happens when you make videos, is that people just take the guys that you like because they know who I am. Puka hurt again? Yes. Yes, he is. Best of luck. Spock beat my ass in fantasy last week, guys. He beat me. Left me beaten and battered. I was sad. Tough loss. McClure, Neighbors, or Taylor? Neighbors. Good luck, everyone. Best of luck. Let's get it. Let's get it. Spock beat me down, guys. It was a tough scene. I swear to God, every time I play Spock, my team just decides to never show up. Or anytime I play someone that I really want to beat, my team never shows up. Like my dad. Like anytime I want to beat my dad, my team doesn't show up. Right? I want to beat Spock, the team doesn't show up, right? Just how it goes. Just how it goes. I'm currently in 8th in our subscriber league, which is just such a tough scene because, like, shouldn't I be the best? It's okay. That's actually the league I am the worst in, is our league. The league that I want to win the most, I am in last, or I'm in 8th. You're 8-0 in League 2. That's impressive. That is very impressive. There's not a single person in any of my leagues that are undefeated. They're building this team to win. It's time for Rodgers to step up. I hope he does. Rank these cuffs: Corum, right; Davis, Vidal. Davis, Corum, Vidal, right. Power bottom or top? I'm a power bottom. Right move starting Kraft over Schultz, yes. Yeah, my teams are pretty in every league. I think how many games have there been? I think I'm like 4-4, 5-3 in like every league. But I'm 3-5 in our league, of course. I'm 6-2 in one league. I'll just read off my records. 6-2 in this league. I am 4-4 in this league. I am 6-2. So I'm 6-2, 4-4, 4-4. So 6-2, 4-4, 4-4, 3-5. Should I start Garrett Wilson for Jonathan Taylor? Should I trade Garrett Wilson for Jonathan Taylor? I would, if you need a running back, yeah. ETN, Komet, or Shakir. All right, so we've been streaming for the whole entire game. Oh, you're 6-2, even better. We've been streaming. I really appreciate you guys stopping by today's stream. It means the world to me. Appreciate all of you guys. We're gonna get on out of here. We started our subscriber goal this season for 40,000. I don't know why my stomach just made that noise. We are currently at 38,000, so I need to adjust this. Appreciate all you guys stopping by. We will be live again on Sunday. Videos tomorrow and Saturday. Should be able to get everything done. So there's either going to be 2 videos tomorrow or 2 videos on Saturday, depending on the timing that I have. We're at 38,042 subscribers. Appreciate you guys. You're 2-6 in one league, lost 3 matches by less than a point. That's just how it goes, man. Chargers or Saints? Chargers. My entire league is 4-4. That makes sense. Thanks, Nick. No problem. Forgot to include Reed in my earlier super chat. Reed or Keon? I would play Reed. Thanks, Nick. No problem. But if Love doesn't play Keon. You rock. Thank you. You all rock. I love you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for all the regular questions. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like on your way out. Best of luck tonight for everyone. Love you guys. I'll see you guys very, very soon. I'm the GOAT. Thank you. You guys are all the GOATs too. So have a great one. See you guys very, very soon with the video. And then I'll see you guys live on Sunday around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. Thank you, Spock. Thank you, everyone. See you guys soon.